Longing for the Glory of God, by Herb Painter, Session 14. Solomon properly equipped. The following section is gleaned from the Judgment Seat of Christ by Arlen L. Chitwood. Shortly after Solomon ascended the throne following the death of David, the Lord appeared to him in a dream and said, "Ask what I shall give thee." Solomon, recognizing that he was but as a little child and understanding the affairs of state within the kingdom over which he ruled, asked for wisdom and knowledge, and the ability to judge the people of Israel in equity, justice, and righteousness. Such a request pleased the Lord, and Solomon was granted not only wisdom and knowledge, but also riches and wealth and honor. His ability to rule, his material wealth, and the respect which he commanded, all coming from the hand of the Lord, would later be shown to exceed that of any king upon the face of the earth. 1 Kings 3:5-15 and 2 Chronicles 1:7-17. Solomon's wisdom and knowledge began to be displayed through a decision which he rendered concerning 2 women and a child. His wisdom in this matter spread throughout all Israel, and the people feared the king, for they saw that the wisdom of God was in him to do judgment. Not only did God give Solomon wisdom to judge in all matters, but Solomon possessed wisdom of such a nature that it spread throughout the entire known world. Christians properly equipped. Solomon's wisdom and understanding provides one reason why the tree of life is associated with Adam's rule in Genesis and with the Christian's rule in the millennium. The fruit of this tree would have provided for Adam and will provide for Christians the necessary wisdom and understanding to govern in equity, justice, and righteousness. Through the tree of life, God will provide the necessary wisdom and understanding to rule in the kingdom. Through being co-heirs with God's Son, Christians will come into possession of unlimited riches and wealth, for all the Father's possessions will belong to the Son, and in such positions, Christians will realize a status of honor and glory befitting those elevated to such noble office. The tree of life in Eden was a literal tree with literal fruit, as will be the tree of life in the New Jerusalem during the millennium. Revelation 22, 1-2. The river of the water of life, bright as crystal, flowing from the throne of God and of the Lamb, through the middle of the street of the city, also on either side of the river, the tree of life with its 12 kinds of fruit, yielding its fruit each month. The leaves of the tree were for the healing, medical curing, and healing of the nations. However, there is reason to believe that the tree of life in the millennium may possibly not be a literal tree as such. There is a sense in which Christ himself is the tree of life, a tree upon which Christians presently feed and will feed in the future. Note the third overcomer promise, Revelation 2:17. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To him who overcomes, I will give some of the hidden manna. I will also give him a white stone with a new name written on it, known only to him who receives it. The Israelites fed upon literal manna in the wilderness, but Christ is the manna upon which Christians feed. Christ is the bread of life, and we eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood. Through this process, we acquire that wisdom which comes from above, or, as Scripture states, Christ has become unto us wisdom. See John 6:48-58, 1 Corinthians 1:30, 1 Corinthians 2:6-10, Ephesians 1:8, and Colossians 1:9-28. Wisdom and knowledge acquired during the present time is not for the purpose of equipping Christians to rule and reign. Wisdom and knowledge presently being acquired is for the purpose carrying on the Lord's business in his absence. Wisdom and knowledge, which will equip Christians to rule and reign, will be acquired only from the tree of life in the midst of the paradise of God. Christians allowed to partake of the tree of life in that day will be properly equipped for carrying on the Lord's business following his return, when he is revealed as King of Kings and Lord of Lords, and Christians carrying on his business then will do so as co-heirs with him. This is the end of Session 14.